Today I will be ranking 22 exercises to learn the bar muscle up. My name is Malin Malle, I'm a 2-time world champion, and this is my opinion. The system we will use today is called a tier list, and on the top you will see what I think is the most efficient exercise, and on the bottom will be the least efficient exercise to learn the muscle up. So let's start. The first exercise is a Australian pull-up or Australian row, which is an easier variation of the pull-up. In my opinion, it's really helpful for the muscle up because it's a back exercise, a pull exercise, and that is what the muscle up is. So we're gonna put this high. Second row. A big misconception about the muscle up is that it's a 50-50 pull and push exercise, but in reality it's more pull strength needed to execute the skill. But with that said, you should not neglect to work on the push strength as well. The next exercise is biceps curls, which is a pull exercise, and the muscle up is a pull exercise mostly. I wouldn't say building big biceps will help you that much to learn the muscle up, although it's not completely useless, so I will not put it on the bottom, but almost on the bottom. Next up, we have the banded chin-ups, which is good for the muscle up to learn it, but if you would choose between to work on chin-ups and pull-ups, for example, I would work more on the pull-ups because that's the grip you will do the muscle up with. With that said, the chin-ups still works on the pull strength, the back strength, which is needed, so I will still put it high on the second row. Next up is regular dips, and when you're doing the muscle up, you are doing a dip on the straight bar if you don't go all the way up with straight arms. But I wouldn't say this is, for example, as important to work on as the pull-ups or the chin-ups. So I will put this on the row under here. Next up, we have the monkey walk. I see not many benefits of working on this towards the muscle up, so we will put this on the bottom. Then we have the mountain climbers, which is kind of useless in this situation, so it goes on the bottom. We have regular pull-ups. These needs to go on the top. Even better if they are weighted, I would say. You will get even stronger to execute the muscle up. We have shoulder taps, which is on the level as the mountain climbers, so they need to go on the bottom. Next up, we have toes to bars. I would say if you would work on the dynamic muscle up or the gymnastic muscle up or something similar, they can be very effective, but for the strict bar muscle up, I don't see that they are super efficient or crucial, but a solid core foundation and strength is good to keep the full body tension, because for the muscle up you still need a full body tension, and so therefore I will put them in the middle. The next exercise is assisted muscle ups or banded muscle ups. I think you can guess that this will go on the top because this is what simulates the full muscle up the most, and if you are not quite there yet, you will get some assistance with the band, which is perfect to learn it. Next up is high pull up, and this will also go on the top for me because this is the step where you are the closest to executing the muscle up. So this is like the full motion that you will do before the transition. The higher you can get, the better. So this goes on the top. We have the assisted one-arm pull-up, which I have never worked on, but I can still do a few muscle up. In my opinion, it's not very needed, but of course it will build strength in your back and your arms, which is needed for the muscle up, but this is not a specific exercise that I would put in a program for learning the muscle up, for example. So I would put it pretty low besides the biceps curls. We have the plank, which is a core exercise. We need a, like I mentioned earlier, solid core foundation for a full body tension. Not very crucial for learning the muscle up, but it's still an essentially good exercise, so I would put it besides the toes to bar. Pike push-ups is kind of useless in this situation because we are not doing any push movement over the head, which the pike push-up does, so I will put this on the bottom. Then we have the dead hang, or just hanging from the bar. Not very important as a muscle up progression, but I would say it's a lower progression of learning the pull up. So you start with learning how to hang from the bar, and then you work yourself up towards the pull up and then the muscle up. So if you're here to learn the muscle up, I guess you can already do this because you can probably also do pull up. So for the muscle up, I need to put this pretty low. Let's go one step up, but you're still hanging from the bar. The dragon flag, another core exercise similar to the plank. This one would be even better than the plank, I would say, but also not super crucial as a progression to work towards the muscle up. So it will go in the middle with the other core exercises. Next up, we have regular push-ups. Again, a push exercise, which is not essential as a progression to learn the muscle up, but I would say it's a good additional exercise for push strength in general, which is needed a little bit for the muscle up. So it will go pretty low, but still not on the bottom. We have the military press, which is a overhead push exercise, and this is kind of useless for the muscle up, so it has to go on the bottom. Next up is straight bar dips. This goes on the top because this is exactly what you're doing in the muscle up. After you've done the high pull up with the transition, you do the straight bar dip. So I will put this on the second row. Next up, we have the sit up, which is kind of useless when trying to learn the muscle up because there is no moment during this exercise where you do this kind of movement. So therefore, it will go on the bottom. Next up is the Superman core exercise. So another core exercise, which also will go to the middle with the other ones because it's not bad to have a strong core for the muscle up, but it's not necessary to do this specific exercise as a progression for the muscle up. The last exercise for this tier list is the ring muscle up. This one goes high up because you are doing the muscle up, you're doing the pull movement, you're doing the transition, even though it's a bit different. It's a bit easier with the rings than on the bar, and you're also doing the push movement. So this is very close to simulate the full muscle up that you're doing on the bar. So therefore it goes straight to the top. So I hope that this video will help you to learn the muscle up and that these exercises bring you more clarity on how to structure your workouts. Good luck!